Have you ever stopped to wonder why elephants are widely considered the kindest and most compassionate animals on our entire planet today? There's an incredible secret about elephant memory that makes their friendships absolutely extraordinary, completely unforgettable, and truly remarkable. Today, I'm excited to share the deeply heartwarming story of Maya, an extraordinary elephant who never forgot any of her friends. Scientists have discovered that elephants remarkably remember every single act of kindness shown to them for their entire lives without exception. Maya's incredible memory wasn't just about remembering events. It was truly about repaying kindness when it was needed most. This completely true story will forever change how you think about friendship, memory, loyalty, and the importance of helping others always. What exactly makes an elephant's brain so remarkably special for forming these incredible, lasting, and deeply emotional bonds with their friends? Maya lived in the absolutely beautiful African savanna, where she learned friendship's most important and valuable lesson very early in life. Her wise grandmother taught her something incredibly powerful. Kindness should always be remembered, cherished, and returned without hesitation. Elephants possess the largest brain of any land animal on Earth, weighing approximately 11 pounds and dedicated largely to memory storage. They can remarkably remember specific individuals, particular places, and acts of kindness for over 50 years without ever forgetting anything important. But Maya's incredible story isn't just about having good memory. It's truly about using that memory wisely and compassionately. Scientists specifically call this emotional memory, and elephants demonstrate it more powerfully and consistently than almost any other creature on Earth. Young Maya was only 5 years old when she first learned her most unforgettable and important lesson about true friendship. What happened next would completely shape her entire life and eventually touch hundreds of different animals across many decades. Maya grew up in a very tight-knit herd where absolutely everyone looked after each other with genuine care and affection. Her mother, Zara, was the respected matriarch who taught the entire herd important lessons about compassion and remembrance every single day. In traditional elephant society, the oldest and wisest females lead because they remember every water source, danger, and important location perfectly. But Maya's particular gift was notably different. She remembered every single act of kindness with absolutely perfect clarity forever. One extremely scorching summer day, Maya unexpectedly encountered Jabari, a young zebra stuck deep in the thick mud and desperately calling out. Jabari had been painfully trapped for hours under the blazing hot sun, growing progressively weaker and more exhausted with each passing moment. Without any hesitation whatsoever, Maya used her incredibly powerful trunk to firmly pull Jabari free from the dangerous and sticky trap. Jabari looked deeply into Maya's compassionate eyes and sincerely promised he would absolutely never forget her incredible kindness to him. Maya simply smiled warmly and gently said, "That's exactly what true friends do for each other," carefully storing this precious moment. Little did Jabari know at that moment, Maya had just saved his precious life and created a truly lifelong bond between them. Several months passed by, and Maya helped Quito the giraffe reach the high leaves during a terrible and devastating drought period. She carefully guided Amara the lion cub back to her worried pride when she had wandered lost, scared, and completely alone. Maya even helped Zuri's entire meerkat family find safe shelter during extremely dangerous flash floods that came suddenly overnight without warning. Each individual act of kindness was carefully and permanently stored in Maya's incredible elephant memory, like precious treasures she would never lose. Scientists have discovered that elephants possess a highly developed hippocampus that's remarkably similar to humans for emotional memory formation and storage. This specific brain structure allows them to recall emotional experiences with absolutely stunning accuracy even many decades later. But Maya didn't help others expecting anything back in return. She genuinely just loved being kind to everyone around her. The harsh savanna teaches everyone that survival depends entirely on cooperation, remembrance, mutual support, and helping others always without fail. Many years passed quickly, and Maya gradually grew into a strong, wise, respected young elephant, admired by everyone she encountered. Her growing reputation for kindness spread rapidly across the entire vast savanna, like wildfire racing through dry grass in summer. Animals would travel miles and miles just to meet the legendary elephant who never forgot to help anyone in need. But Maya's incredible memory was about to be tested in ways she never imagined were even remotely possible. A terrible and devastating drought struck the savanna hard, the absolute worst in over 30 years of recorded meteorological history. Water sources dried up completely, food became extremely scarce everywhere, and animals faced desperate times requiring incredible cooperation and mutual support. This is precisely where Maya's memory of kindness would become the crucial difference between survival and complete disaster for everyone. The drought's brutal third month arrived, and animals were struggling more desperately than ever before in anyone's living memory. Maya suddenly remembered something absolutely crucial, a hidden water source her grandmother had shown her many years ago. But she also remembered every single animal who had shown her kindness or needed her help over all the years. Maya made a firm decision to use her incredible memory to help all her friends survive this devastating crisis together. First, she clearly remembered Jabari the zebra, who she'd rescued from the dangerous mud years earlier. Maya traveled a long 15 miles to find Jabari's herd, who were now desperate for water, hope, and guidance. She carefully led them to the secret water source, and Jabari's eyes immediately filled with grateful tears of relief. Jabari said with emotion, "I absolutely never forgot your kindness, and now you've saved me again." But Maya wasn't finished with her mission. She remembered Keto the giraffe needed her help too. Keto's entire family was struggling desperately to reach any leaves because the drought had withered even the highest branches completely. Maya remembered a distant grove where acacia trees still had green leaves that were perfect for hungry giraffes. She guided Keto's entire family on a challenging 2-day journey to this absolutely life-saving location in the wilderness. Keto couldn't believe Maya still remembered him after 7 whole years had passed since they last met. This demonstrates how elephant memory works. They absolutely never forget emotional connections with others, ever. Research shows elephants can recognize over 200 individual elephants throughout their entire lifetime without any confusion whatsoever. They also remember other species who showed them kindness, creating incredible cross-species friendships lasting decades and even generations. Next, Maya remembered Amara, the lion cub she'd helped years ago when she was lost and frightened. Amara was now a powerful lioness with her own pride, and they were all struggling during the terrible drought. Lions and elephants usually keep their distance from each other, but Maya remembered Amara's gentle nature perfectly and clearly. Maya approached carefully and showed Amara where prey animals were gathering near the remaining water sources. Amara roared with joy, remembering the kind elephant who had once saved her young life when she was lost. She promised to keep her pride away from Maya's herd, honoring their special friendship and mutual respect. This mutual respect between predator and helper shows how memory creates lasting peace across completely different species beautifully. Scientists documented cases where elephants and lions maintained truces for over 20 years together without any conflict. Maya's memory worked like a detailed map of kindness across the entire vast savanna landscape she called home. But the biggest test was coming soon, and it would require all of Maya's memories combined. Zuri's meerkat colony, whom Maya had saved from floods, now faced total starvation conditions with no food anywhere. Meerkats are small and vulnerable, depending heavily on insects that had completely disappeared during the terrible drought conditions. Maya remembered a termite mound 3 miles away that might still have food available for the hungry meerkats. She carefully dug around the mound, exposing insects for Zuri's family without destroying everything and leaving some for later. Zuri squeaked with pure joy. The elephant had remembered them after 3 whole years had passed. Maya explained that true friends never forget each other, no matter how much time passes or how far apart. Elephant memory isn't just biological. It's deeply emotional and purposefully used for good and helping others. Studies show elephants experience grief, joy, and compassion just as deeply and profoundly as humans do every day. They've been observed helping injured animals from different species without any obvious benefit to themselves at all. Maya's story represents what scientists call pro-social behavior, which means helping others intentionally, consistently, and without expecting rewards. But word of Maya's kindness was spreading rapidly, and hundreds of animals needed her help now. Animals who had never met Maya began seeking her out, hoping for guidance, assistance, and her wisdom. Maya realized her memory wasn't just for old friends. It could help new ones too. She began organizing the entire savannah, using her memory to connect those needing help with those who could provide. Maya remembered which animals had skills to help others during this desperate crisis period everyone was facing together. She connected Jabari's herd with Kito's family so they could share resources, knowledge, and support each other. The meerkats became scouts, using their sharp eyes to spot danger for larger animals who couldn't see as well. Even Amara's pride helped by keeping other predators away from the vulnerable herbivore groups that needed protection badly. Maya had created an unprecedented cooperation network across the entire savanna ecosystem. Scientists call this cooperative survival, and it's extremely rare in nature across different species working together harmoniously. Elephants are uniquely positioned to facilitate this because of their incredible memory and emotional intelligence combined perfectly. Weeks passed slowly, and Maya's network of friendship kept hundreds of animals alive, thriving, and supporting each other. She traveled over 50 miles daily, checking on friends and ensuring everyone had the needed resources to survive. Her own herd marveled at Maya's gift and how she used her memory as a tool for kindness. Maya's mother, Zara, said with pride, "You've become the heart of the entire savannah, my daughter." But Maya remained humble, insisting she was simply repaying the kindness others had shown her over the years. Then came the day that would test everything Maya had built through memory, friendship, and cooperation. A massive wildfire erupted on the western edge, threatening to destroy everything in just a few short hours. Maya's memory became crucial. She remembered every safe path through the danger zones. She organized the largest animal migration ever seen, leading hundreds of animals to absolute safety together without panic. Jabari led the fast runners, while Kito spotted safe routes with his height advantage perfectly from above. Amara's pride protected the flanks from panicked stampedes that could have caused terrible injuries to vulnerable animals. Zuri's colony scouted ahead, their small size letting them check areas larger animals couldn't reach or see clearly. Maya's memory of every friend's strengths created a perfect escape plan, saving countless precious lives that day. They traveled through the night, with Maya remembering every rock, river, and safe resting spot along the way. Her grandmother had shown her these paths 15 years ago, and she remembered perfectly every detail. By dawn, every single animal reached safety beyond the fire's reach. Exhausted, but alive and grateful. Not a single life was lost because Maya's memory had guided them through the danger perfectly and safely. The animals gathered around Maya, expressing overwhelming gratitude for her incredible leadership, care, and wisdom throughout. Jabari said Maya had now saved his life twice, and he could never repay that debt of kindness. But Maya smiled and said, "Friendship isn't about keeping score of kindnesses or expecting repayment." She explained that remembering to help is what makes friendship truly meaningful, lasting, and worth having. Scientists studying elephant cognition found they have self-awareness comparable to great apes and humans in complexity. This means elephants understand their actions' impact and choose kindness deliberately, not instinctively alone without thought. Maya's story demonstrates how memory combined with empathy creates the strongest bonds possible between living beings everywhere. As the drought finally ended with blessed rains, the entire savannah celebrated together joyfully under clear skies. Every animal Maya had helped threw a massive celebration in her honor, bringing gifts and gratitude together. But Maya insisted the celebration honor everyone's kindness, not just her memory alone. She taught everyone that true friendship means remembering to help when others need it most, without hesitation. Years passed quickly, and Maya grew old, but her memory still remained sharp and filled with thousands of kindnesses. She had children and grandchildren, teaching each one the importance of remembering friends always and helping others. Her legacy spread across generations, creating a culture of kindness throughout the entire savannah that lasted forever. Baby elephants grew up hearing stories about great-grandmother Maya, who never forgot to help anyone in need. Research shows elephants pass down knowledge through generations, creating what scientists call elephant culture and tradition. Young elephants learn which humans to trust based on memories shared by their elders across many years. They remember dangers, water sources, and migration routes for over 70 years across multiple generations without forgetting. Maya's final years were spent teaching young elephants how to use their memory for kindness and helping others. She told them, "Your memory is a precious gift. Use it to help others always." Every animal Maya had ever helped came to visit her, sharing stories of how she'd positively impacted lives. Jabari, now old himself, brought his grandchildren to meet the elephant who saved his life twice and changed everything. Keto's descendants were thriving because Maya had remembered to help during the drought years ago without hesitation. Amara's pride maintained their truce with elephants, a tradition now spanning 4 generations of lions peacefully. Even Zuri's great-great-grandchildren knew the story of Maya's kindness from 3 years back perfectly. Maya's memory had created a legacy of kindness that would outlive her by centuries. So what can we learn from Maya's incredible story about memory, friendship, and the importance of helping others? First, true friendship means remembering people even when they're not physically around you every single day or nearby. Scientists found that humans who regularly check on friends experience 30% better mental health overall consistently. Just like elephants, we can use our memory to track who might need help right now in this moment. Second, kindness should never expect anything in return, but it often comes back naturally anyway. Maya helped others simply because it was right, not because she expected future rewards from them later on. Research shows that helping others increases our happiness more than receiving help does. Third, small acts of kindness create lasting impacts that ripple through entire communities over time in powerful ways. Maya's simple act of helping Jabari years earlier eventually saved hundreds during the fire evacuation successfully. You never know when your kindness today will save someone's tomorrow completely and change their life. Maya's story reminds us that memory isn't just about remembering facts or information alone without meaning. It's about remembering the people in our lives who might need our help right now in this moment. Elephants never forget because their survival depends on remembering relationships and maintaining strong social bonds with others. We can adopt this same principle in our own lives starting today, right this moment, without delay. Think about a friend you haven't checked on recently. They might really need you now. Send that text, make that call, reach out just like Maya did with all her friends. You might be amazed at how much your simple check-in means to someone today right now. Remember, the greatest gift of memory is using it to spread kindness throughout your community every day. So here's your challenge today. Be like Maya and never forget to help others in need. Check on your friends today, Leave a like if this inspired you, and subscribe for more heartwarming stories. Be kind, everyone. Remember to never forget kindness and always help others.